I've been a side piece,
Mm.
knowing and unknowingly. Let's talk about that.
Mm.
Okay, so I know what it feels like to know you a side piece and to be like, nigga, did you cheat on me with your wife? Now you got me out here sounding crazy. Okay, you cheat on me with your wife, you rotten son of a bitch.
Like this every time. On these days it feel like you could be here. Heartbreak anniversary. 'Cause I remember every time.
I do have a question for E because E brought up something that was very interesting. Because you talked about how long divorce is, or like the process of divorce and how stressful it is and all that. Okay, so you going through marriage. You've been like married for how many years now?
I was married for 17 years.
17 years. And the moment you got divorced or whatever, it seemed like you have to start life all over.
Oh,
so
yeah.
At this moment, like now that you've been through all this like situation with the marriage and the divorce or whatever, would you say that marriage is actually worth it?
Worth it. I would say it's worth it in the sense of a life experience to be with somebody and have them fill a role such as a wife or spouse, depending on the direction. I think that I think it's important to have somebody like that, even if it's a long-term relationship. I think sometimes when people get that role, such as husband or wife, that changes a lot of things, and it makes them do things differently. They don't think, oh, I'm not just a girlfriend anymore. I'm not just a boyfriend anymore. I got this role that I got to fill, and that might change some things too. But all in all, I think a long-term relationship with somebody is going to teach you a lot of things.
So would you say that marriage itself is like the important part, or is it just the long-term relationship? As in, I've been in a few relationships where like it was 5-6 years and all that. Like, what changes when it comes to that marriage certificate compared to just being in a long-term relationship without it?
Yeah. Okay. So like I got married to my wife when my daughter was 1. She's 16 now, so 15 years. So I was with her for 3 years before, and it's just everything kind of meshes together. So it's like insurance, everybody's names are the same, all that psychologically to me, it's just like, oh, y'all won now. It's not just Ernest can go off and do his own thing, or Shamika, my ex, can do all her own thing. It's like, nah, y'all locked in. When it was just us together, I didn't really feel that way. It was like, you do your thing, I can do my thing. But for me, marriage kind of made it like solidify, like, oh, we here, it's us now, rather than girlfriend, boyfriend, playing house as they call it. But no, it was like, nah, y'all together.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you this, I've been a hoe for like ever since I was 19 years old and all that. So like basically,
I'm sorry, you said you've been a hoe?
Yeah, like as in
oh.
So the thing is, I kind of envy I kind of envy people like you and all that. But when I hear the backstories of people that have been through marriage, like most of my friends that have been through marriage all went through divorce, and I heard like a bunch of crazy stories. I have crazy stories, but I don't have no attachments as well. So it's gonna come to a point where,
You know what's funny? I wanted to be a hoe until I was one. I'm like, no, I don't like this. I don't like this at all, actually. But yeah, that's funny that you were envious of the other side, and me, while I was like, nah, I want that side. Nah, I'm good.
So Miss Majestic, were you ever married, or like were you in a long-term relationship where you was just straight in love with somebody?
Oh yeah, I was married. I was in a long-term relationship from the time I was 14 to the time I was 28. Half my life at that point. Yeah.
So y'all not together now?
Well, no, that is my ex-husband. And so I've been writing notes because I'm learning to be respectful and allow people to finish their thought. And so being that I have OCD, and stuff, I sometimes will like interrupt. So I just was like, my God was like, get a piece of, get a pad, write it down. So I do have some points I want to address that I did write down. First point is, I heard E say whenever you get into a relationship, it changes like your perspective, and that's not always the case. Whoever you are before you get into that relationship, that marriage only heightens that person, right? And this is why people think, oh, he's gonna change or this, that, and the third when we get married, but he don't change or she don't change, right? And that's because that's what they were doing before the marriage, right? You thought that because you got this now high level of commitment that this person is going to change. That's one thing I learned, being married, that no, this is who this person is. And when somebody shows you who they are, believe them, right? If they are not a clean person before you got married, just because they have the wife title now, don't mean they about to be cleaning up. If they're not a protector before you got married, just because he's your husband now, don't think you're going to feel super duper protected, right? That's not the role he was already playing before he got into a higher level of commitment. So don't really expect that. That was the first point that I wrote down. The other one was long-term versus like marriage. Is there a difference? Right? Marriage is a higher level of commitment. Long-term have no real commitment. It doesn't matter. The baby ain't gonna keep nobody. And this is what I try to get women to understand is also men, right? A baby is not going to keep the other person. Okay? So when people are when you've been a boyfriend and a girlfriend for 19 years, baby, that's crazy. Boyfriend, okay? Listen, girlfriend. It's already in the titles. This is what boys do. This is what girls do, okay? When you enter into a marriage, that's a higher level of commitment, okay? And that already comes with certain things now, just like he said, it's like, wow, we won. That's what you should have been thinking about that the day you get. First of all, y'all gotta excuse me because I have involuntary laughter. Okay.
No, that's the best. That's the best kind of laughter.
I don't know if y'all watch my videos, okay, but I have involuntary laughter. I be laughing. I be laughing.
Yeah. That's how I'm a big fan of your video.
Oh, thank you. So, yeah, I think that once you realize that there is a difference, right? And men and women will literally only do long-term and no real commitment. You walking around, oh, that's wifey, but she ain't the wife. That's the, hubby. Y'all giving these little nicknames, but really, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you want title but no position. Okay. And I don't care about the title. What's your position, right? Because if you ain't in the position of a husband, you not a husband. And I don't care if your title is husband. Because what's your position? Okay, that was one thing. And being a hoe, tell you, because you know I'll be writing it down.
I was a faithful hoe though. Let's just keep it.
Listen, not a faithful hoe.
I wasn't. Yeah. I ain't.
I can explain the faithful hoe. Yeah, I can explain the faithful hoe later. But I'm listening. Go ahead.
Being a hoe. So this is the thing. One, E, you probably dodged a bullet. Okay, and that's no disrespect to my boy, but when you are a hoe, you are literally fraternizing, okay, with so many different demons all the motherfucking time because you don't know who she hoeing with.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
true.
so now she done brought back these demons to you, and you hoeing, and now y'all wondering why y'all in hell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Child, if you over here with the demons, where you think you gonna be?
True.
I feel that.
Okay, so that's one thing I would say about being a hoe. Okay, be aware of the demons that you are opening yourself up to, right? And you, as a man, are constantly putting yourselves in these portals, and these portals have already they tainted, and now you didn't put you into this portal. Where are you transported? Let me stop.
But what you just described, though,
You transported to hell. Let me stop. Okay, go.
But what you just described was having the level of commitment and like attachment without the paperwork. So basically, I had like a high level of commitment and attachment with these women, and I didn't have no paperwork because I fell in love with like
no such
I was
thing.
a side piece. Hear me out.
There's no such thing.
Hear me
You
out.
was a side piece.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was a faithful side piece. This is what I mean by it. Hold on. All right, so boom. I wasn't in these I wasn't in a relationship for real though. I was in a relationship with married women. So that's what I'm saying though. When it comes to me being a faithful hoe, I was committed to this married woman. These married women, I guess. But here's the thing. They detached themselves from that relationship, whatever. Even though that paperwork was still valid, they detached that relationship or that marriage to fall in love with me, basically. So which one was more of a connection? Just that paperwork itself, or them actually having soul ties with me?
Okay, so listen. First of all, I want to let you know straight up, I ain't never judging. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend. Listen, I'm never judging. I was really shocked. You don't seem like that kind. You know, or like dealing with married women, but we all got a past. You understand what I'm saying? And so I was more impressed because look at you now. You know what I'm saying? So let me say that first. Number two,
I think I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was looking at him. He's like, I ain't too much better right now.
You still sleeping with married women?
No, I'm not. I'm not
on camera like this.
No, I'm not. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Is you still? I say, it's triple fives right now. Is you still sleeping with married women? You sleeping with a married woman?
Nope, not at all. Back a year ago, probably so.
A year ago,
2 years ago, probably so. I don't know.
Okay, Spirit said, but you will. Okay, so that's what that was. But you will. That's what that was, Spirit. Okay, he not, but he will. Okay, got it. I got you, Spirit. Listen, let me tell you something. The kind of karma that come from being disloyal. Listen, and you aiding and abetting in the disloyalty.
Luckily, I wasn't the disloyal person. The wife
yes,
was.
You was.
I was loyal.
First of all, you was disloyal to yourself. Hold on. You was disloyal to yourself. Hold on. You was disloyal to yourself. Hold on. You was disloyal to yourself because you deserve better than that. You ain't nobody's side piece where, I'll call you when I got time. Don't call after 10. Oh, you can't come to this woman's kingdom? You can't come to this woman's kingdom? Listen, you deserve better than that. So yeah, she might have been disloyal to him, but you was disloyal to yourself on a high level.
Can I may I interject?
Absolutely.
Now this is I'm talking from the guy's perspective, and Arturo, he can probably vouch. He was probably feeling like he was getting the best version of her while he was the side piece. He probably seen how she was treating old buddy, the one that had the title, and seeing how she was treating him, and was like, I kind of like this, because I wasn't a side piece yet. I'm gonna say yet because I know how they treat the guy on the side. It's a lot more valid and true, their emotions going that way rather than to the one that they have for long term. This is what I'm experiencing. Now I'm not sure how true that is, but I mean, he's actually done it, so he can probably chime in and say, hey, yeah, I felt this, I felt that.
Side piece. So listen, I don't talk about nothing I don't know about. That's for sure. Okay, I ain't gonna talk about shit I don't know about. I've been a side piece. Knowing and unknowingly. Let's talk about that. Okay, so I know what it feels like to know you a side piece and to be like, nigga, did you cheat on me with your wife? Now you got me out here sounding crazy. Okay, you cheat on me with your wife, you son of a bitch.
All right, so here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Like, there was some lady that I was dating and all that. She used to treat me real well. She used to cook for me and all that. Like, she used to do everything that she would do for her husband. So I just felt happy being in that relationship because she was doing everything a wife should do. So when I found out later that her husband was in jail, I was like, all right, cool. I fell in love with her at that time. I forgave her. I went back to the house for that spaghetti and all that. I went back to the house.
Not the spaghetti.
I went back to the house. I
just need clarity. I don't want to interrupt you. I just want to make sure I'm understanding the story. I don't want you to get too far. Okay, so this woman that was doing wifely duties, her husband was always incarcerated? Well, like when you met her, he was incarcerated?
Yeah, when I met her, yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm not saying, but I'm like, because how do you... Most men don't really like to share vaginas. Like yonis, they really don't like to share yonis. So, with men, usually when they side pieces, that's usually because they directly gaining something, like you said, right? And they don't really have a tie to that person. But I can see how a relationship between you and this person would have developed if said husband was away 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if this is a good example.
I feel that. But you also talked about, you guys also talked about karma, like karma and all that. Where does karma take place? Because it seemed like both of you guys were married. Y'all still went through certain stuff that somebody would place as karma if they've been through.
Karma just means lesson.
Yeah, so like
that's all karma means. So it don't matter what you go through when you say your karma, you're gonna learn a lesson. Oh, you gonna learn today. Okay, right? Karma coming to teach you a lesson. You gonna learn today. So karma just really means lesson. So it don't, if you look at it from that standpoint of realizing that karma just means lesson. When I say, okay, your karma is gonna come back to you, that may look like you being absolutely head over heels in love with this woman and she refused to leave her husband.
So I do have a question to E though. Like when we speak about karma and all that and lessons and everything, what happened within your relationship that caused karma that forced you to change the way you live?
Gotcha. So for me, and I love that Majestic called it a lesson. I don't believe in karma in the sense that you do something, you're gonna get something. I think we apply the karma. We say, oh, I'm paying for this past deed that I did, or this is why I'm getting showered with so much good is because I put this good out. We apply it as it comes in. I'm like, oh, someone cut me off at work. Yeah, that was because I did that shit yesterday. Yeah, it's just coming back to me. We apply it. So for me, I think and personally in the marriage, I felt like I was doing everything right. Like doing everything she said, happy wife, happy life, all that stuff. So the karma, quote unquote karma of me not wanting to be with her no more, I don't know where that came from because I was always wanting to be with her. And it just turned out that I just didn't want to after a while. Intimacy failed. Nothing was going. We weren't actually being together. Marriage counseling always kind of failed. So I didn't know where the karma came from. It just happened. So until later on, you start to apply that stuff. Like, oh, I kind of dropped the ball right here. I kind of dropped the ball right here. I did this. I should have did this better. I should have did this different. You know, that's when you start to apply the lessons after you're out of it. You know, you can't see the picture if you're in the frame. You got to get yourself out and be like, oh, wow, I could have changed this. I could have did something different here. I could have did something different there. So that's why I see the karma coming into play.
Okay. I feel that.
That just literally goes back to, that's the lesson, right? So once you remove yourself from the situation and you can look at it from outside of the situation, then you see the lessons. And that's what it's supposed to do. Now, I'll tell you one thing, some people's karma is worse because they stay longer when their intuition told them either not to even go or when to get the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
They had multiple red flags that said it's time to go. And because that ego said, well, I can't afford to do this, or people gonna talk about me like this, or da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, you know, they stayed. They ain't have enough faith. They faith levels wasn't where it needed to be. See, I don't care if I'm in $1 billion home. If spirit be like, it's time to go, and be like, listen, it was nice.
But
Okay,
sometimes that spirit volume is real low when you're feeling good. That you can't really hear it.
That spirit real low when you are too focused in the 3D. Most people don't have a high level of spirituality. And so therefore you can't hear God. Okay. So now you got to go through it, because the more you resist, the more the universe gonna persist, right? So now you wondering why you sitting in the car for 45 minutes before you even go in the house, because you like, damn, dude, she got to breathe every minute of the day type shit. You know what I'm saying? You like pull it up to the job, you call it off, you done used up all your PTO, no damn well you ain't supposed to be there no more. Okay, listen. These are the things that causes, I say, these illusions.
Okay.
And I wrote something down as far as, because I be writing down. Karma.
I got I'm writing something down too.
I should start taking those too. I should start, because I got a question for both of you guys, because you brought up something crazy. So I got a question for both of you. But I'm listening to you.
As far as like the karma, we apply it to ourselves. You're absolutely right, because once you can see where you fucked up, right, now you can fix it. Otherwise, if you can't see it, then so now you can say, okay, yes, I treated women like this. So now I see why a woman broke my heart like this. You see what I'm saying? It's because now you have to be able to see how you treated people. You have to be able to see how other people felt, so that you can make a choice. You either going to choose never to do that again, or this is how animals are made.
Okay. So you guys brought up, you brought up red flags and all that. You guys been like in relationship or marriages for 15 plus years, right? How many red flags did you have to see to realize, this was enough?
Now or then?
I'm saying like when you was in, because we brought up how like people don't want to see the red flags. They want to make excuses about certain stuff or whatever. But what if y'all was making excuses your entire life and realize from jump that this person had red flags?
I certainly did. Well, I don't know about E, and this isn't like an excuse or anything, but I was 14 when I got with my ex-husband. So I was a fucking child. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even know who I was. Okay? So at 18, you don't know who you are. At 21, you don't know who you are. Okay? So now you
35.
really, like, well, no, I know who I am now.
I did not.
You know, and that's okay, because every blade of grass don't grow at the same time, right? But when you are growing, you don't really know who you are at that time. You see what I'm saying? Especially not at 14 and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that my marriage didn't necessarily count. I'm just saying that I was very young, and didn't even know who I was. I don't even know if he knew who he was by the time we got married, right? By the time we got married, we was already together 10 years. And people say, why was you together 10 years? Well, bitch, I was 14 when we got together. So when did you expect me to get married? I got married at 24. Like, when did you think I was supposed to get married? Like, what are we talking about, right?
Yeah,
So it's
you had
like,
to get
I
home
would
from
never
school
wait
first.
10 years. And this is why I don't judge. Because people are like, I would never wait 10 years. I'm like, okay, but what's the whole story? Did they meet in fucking middle school? And they were
Right.
together 10 years? Like, what is we talking about here? Like, this is why people just be judging and just don't even, that's what I'm saying. Don't even worry about sis. If you're watching this episode, sis, with the baby, sis, don't listen to them goons. No, let me stop. Okay, go ahead.
For one.
Yeah.
For one.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I don't see many marriages happening at recess.
Because then all y'all gonna do is talk shit about us anyway. You got married at 18. Oh, you too young to be married at 18. Well, at this point, we've been together 4 years.
Yeah.
So hold on. Nobody like judging? Am I the only person that judge people? Am I the only person that's into judging people?
It like this every time.